Hi, and welcome to this bootcamp tutorial on how to craft a convincing application. My name is Jörg, founding partner at AfricaWorks in Berlin. We put our experience as recruiters and HR coaches into this video to help you with your CV and your cover letter. What's coming up is really important, so please watch this video carefully and use it as a checklist. Whether you're applying for a job, a scholarship, a university, or an exchange program, it's about what you need to consider when handing in your files and records. So let's get started. There are 4 ground rules that you need to take to heart for any application that you are drafting and handing in. First, no matter what the occasion of your application is, always adopt the perspective of who you're addressing and applying with. Say you want to land a job, then you must know why you want to work for them and what exactly it is that they're doing. Vice versa, if it's a scholarship program, what are they looking for in you to give you money to study for free? Never forget there is a person behind every ad, which also means you must address them individually in your cover letter and email. Dear Mrs. Schmidt, comma, enter, and off you go. Just sending out emails without any texts is unprofessional. Every application contains your CV, your cover letter if required, and your scanned certificates, all nicely merged together in one PDF file, for example through ilovepdf.com. It comes with a professional title, first name, last name.pdf for example. Attach the file that you're sending to your email with a professional headline and greetings and asking for consideration of your application and wishing kind regards. Second, every organization is working on solving a problem. A startup will work on increasing sales, a university on getting the best applicants. Their challenge is your starting point, so your job is to help them get better. And you can only do that by becoming their problem solver, so make sure you prove to them that by signing you, they're going to get their problem solved. You don't do that by just listing a bunch of spongy statements about yourself. No. You do that by demonstrating how you helped others tackle similar challenges and how you're intending to go about it for them. What is important here is that you focus on what matters for this role. Nobody is interested in your first internship in a bakery, unless of course you apply as a baker. But never itemize all details of your work history, and the same applies to your cover letter. Only mention what is relevant for the job or program at hand. Third, here is what 9 out of 10 applicants do wrong. They use and send the same dossier for every single application. Please don't do that. Because there is no one size fits all, neither for your CV nor your cover letter. You have to adapt your application to each role and make sure it becomes clear why they should be choosing you and not somebody else. And for that again, you focus on key achievements and results from your previous jobs which matter for the role that you're going for. Again, give them proof, not shallow assertions. And fourth, your job already begins with you handing in a clean and well-structured application. If they see that you're not able to deliver clean work, they're not going to select you because somebody else did it better. So, no sloppy typos or no grammar mistakes, please. The same principle applies to your cover letter, which should be slick and clean. Dear Mrs. Schmidt, then you hit enter twice, then come the following 3 paragraphs. The first one says, I know what you're looking for. The second one says, this is what I've accomplished and what I bring to the table. And the third one says, I'd love to meet, let's talk. By respecting our 4 ground rules, you are already one big step further. So let's now zoom in and focus on what this really means for your CV. Take note that CV standards vary from country to country. You need to use the CV standard of the respective country that you're applying in. If you're from Nigeria and it's a German university, you use the German format. You will find the standard format for a specific region online by typing it in your favorite search engine. In any case, Germans use a standard A4 format with a margin of 2.5 centimeters, and I advise you against using more than one font or font size. In Germany, it's uncommon to start out with a first or third person summary at the top. Also, please have a professional email address. firstname.lastname@gmail or outlook.com will be a safe bet. If you're applying from abroad, your nationality, country of residence, and international code must be easily detectable. Next, let's take a look at the work experience section, because that's where most mistakes are made. In Germany, you start with your latest job at the top and work your way down. Again, pay attention to grammar and spelling, please, but it also means format. When mentioning you worked for ABC Pharmaceuticals Limited, you need to add the corporate form to any other company that you mention. When using a comma to separate a company from its location, you need to apply the comma in the same context again. And don't forget it's word, comma, space, new word, and not word, space, comma, space, new word. When using a long hyphen to create a bullet point, make sure it's always the same length. When leaving a paragraph to create space in between jobs, leave the same space between every job. When using a line spacing of 1.5, don't switch to another all of a sudden. You get the picture here. The principle behind CV drafting is you decide which design rule you create, but once you do, you're bound by it and you have to apply it throughout your entire document, please. Let's have a look at two examples. Obviously, the one to the left has plenty of deficits, but even the one to the right is not perfect either. Yes, it's cleaner, easier to understand, but the photo with his hand in his face is inappropriate, and you can tell it's also a one-size-fits-all CV. So again, adapt your content to the role that you're applying for. By the way, in some countries, it's common to include a profile picture. If you decide to do so, always have one that is made by a professional photographer. No selfies, please, and no bad quality either. Which brings us to design. If you feel secure and confident about your content, you can pick it up a notch and get some layout inspiration to boost your brand. However, always keep in mind that your CV needs to mirror the addressee, and for that, check their website and corporate design. To those of you who have just graduated, don't be intimidated. I'm sure you can also give proof that you contributed to something significant, the growth of a company by 30%, or the support of a university project that led to a prototype, or the support of a publication of an online journal that reached 10,000s of people. Do not underestimate the value of your education or previous internships. Name your achievements and results confidently. Here are my two final pieces of advice. First, always have a friend or professional proofread your application and ask for feedback. And second, always treat your dossier with the same respect as yourself and do not hand it in until or unless you're entirely convinced of your product. I surely hope you liked this video. If so, let's hook up on LinkedIn. Thank you very much for watching and I wish you good luck and all the best for your next application.